Police in the Free State say there is an alarming increase in rape cases in the province. Most of the reported cases happen when women are under the influence of alcohol and other substances. We'll talk more about that context and several others that the SAPS in the province is highlighting with Free State spokesperson Colonel Mamiki Moeketsi. Colonel Moeketsi, thank you very much for joining us on the program today. There are so many different ways in which these attacks are happening, and the crime of rape is being committed against women and children in the province. And welcome to the program, and maybe just start us off by sharing some of those situations in which this is happening.
All right, thank you so much, Iman. The police in the Free State are really concerned about the number of rape cases that are reported in the province. Just for last week, we had about 35 rape cases that were reported in the province, and it is clear that some of these rape cases are all alcohol-related cases, and some of the victims are attacked while walking from their taverns or places of drinking to their homes. Others are being attacked while still at the tavern, going to the bathrooms, and they are being raped in those toilets. And others are being followed to their homes by the suspects, and they are being raped at these places. And some of them are being attacked by people that are in a relationship with. It can be a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, and they are raped by the people that they know. Some of them are friends, some of them are neighbors. Some of these incidents are happening where minors are being raped either by stepfathers or by the family members.
What you just shared with us is just so chilling. I mean, we understand the context in which we exist in South Africa. We've got high levels of gender-based violence. But when you say 35 cases just last week, it's like women and children in the province are under increased attack. There is literally nowhere, almost nowhere that they can go where they will be safe.
We can say that it is really risky to go out to taverns and to come back in the middle of the night, to walk alone, especially as a female, walking alone in dark places, sometimes in secluded areas while drunk. Because these victims, some of them will be drinking with them in the taverns. They'll be keeping an eye on them. When they leave these places, they follow them to their places. They either rape them at the secluded places, dark places, or even follow them in their own homes. So it is very not safe for anyone, even if it's males, because we do have incidents where males are also raped, walking alone in dark places under intoxication.
Again, one just wants to put, one's head in one's hands, because, again, the burden of the responsibility falls onto the victim or the survivor. At the same time, we are so aware of the violent context, the opportunistic context in which we exist, that the freedom to be able to have, to be able to drink or to visit establishments and then go home safely, that freedom has been taken away from people. But it does highlight a number of different things, Mamiki. The one is, how do we, in a sense, as you say, we have to then monitor our behavior in these establishments where people are watching you, watching how much you're consuming, and knowing that you're becoming increasingly vulnerable, so they will target you a little bit later on. But there is also the responsibility on these establishments and on yourselves as police as well to patrol, to be visible, and to ensure that people can leave, different areas of the community and make it back home safely. Let us maybe then start with the responsibility of the tavern owners. Some of the incidents where where the crime of rape is happening against minors is happening after they have visited establishments and have consumed alcohol. Tell us more about investigations after these children have come and their parents have come to the court, to the police to lay cases. What action has been taken against the tavern owners?
All right. Thank you so much, Iman. Firstly, let me say, police are not against people drinking alcohol. What we are making the community aware of is their own safety while drinking. Please drink responsibly. Make sure that you surround yourself with people that you can trust. At least arrange transport that can take you home. In terms of the tavern owners, we do have prof joints where we sit with the different stakeholders. We have tavern outreaches where we speak to the tavern owners of what to do when such incidents happen in their taverns. We have tavern dialogues where we meet sit down with them as different stakeholders to discuss such issues. And if there's any guilt found or any suspicion that the tavern owner is selling liquor either to people who are minors, we have the liquor board investigators that are working together with us to investigate such cases.
Is there the prospect of making arrests in those cases, or have those investigations come full circle where indeed there has been culpability of tavern owners in selling alcohol to minors?
Should anyone be found guilty, because remember, selling liquor to minors, it is a criminal offense. So if anyone is found guilty of such an offense, there will be implications for such offense.
But I mean, has that already started happening?
At this point, I can give you assurance that there has been people who have been investigated and been charged for such offenses, Iman.
Okay, well, we'll follow up on that one because it is an important one. You've given, some important community service tips in terms of behavior. Again, we're in an abnormal context where perhaps the normal expression of one's human rights and the right to be oneself has to be kind of, placed within that context, that you can't do the things that you would ordinarily do because we are living in a predatory society where people are out, to harm you. What are some of the efforts that police are making, Mamiki, in the community to ensure that at least there is increased police visibility, aside from the responsibility of individuals for their own safety and for making plans for if they're going to have a night out? What special interventions, given the abnormality of these numbers, are police undertaking in the communities?
Okay, thank you so much. You must remember that in taverns, police cannot go in taverns to police inside the taverns. The taverns will have their own security. But in terms of police visibilities and patrols, the police are always on point doing the patrols, making sure that they are visible. And remember, there will not be one police officer for one person every time when they walk in the streets. That is why we are urging with the community members that they should also take precaution. They should also take measures to make sure that they are also safe, either walking alone in the dark places or, looking for company to go to their homes, and making sure that they at least arrange transport that can at least bring them safe to their homes. So we are also talking to the communities, because as police, we cannot do it alone. We need their intervention. We also need other departments to also assist us in making sure that our women and children are safe.
Just before I let you go, Mamiki, one of the issues around rape, as you say, the numbers are going up, and a lot of how you know about the anatomy of these crimes and how they're happening and what the survivor or victim profiles are is because people are coming to police stations to lay these charges. We know from rape activists and from researchers as well that only 4 to 8% of convictions happen in those reported cases. And part of the problem along that whole chain is what happens at the police station or at the police officer level. Some police officers can use their discretion on whether they will open a case or not based on whether they believe the victims or not. And it would be interesting to hear from your perspective, given that this is happening in the way that it's happening. Are police sympathetic? Are they prepared when they are opening a case from someone who might still be under the influence of alcohol, but who has been the victim of a crime?
Okay, thank you so much, Iman. As the police, our job is to investigate. Number one, we urge all the victims of crime to please come report these rape cases to the police station. They will be interviewed in a victim-friendly facilities where it's private, where they will be free to give information that is relating to whatever the case is. And they should not, if there is anything that is maybe suspicious, that maybe the station or the person who's doing the interview is not giving them the satisfactory service, the station commander is there. They can also contact the station commander to talk to them about the issues that they are not happy about.
And as you said a little bit earlier on, there's going to have to be a collaborative effort between police, community safety, social development, a number of different agencies in provinces like the Free State to be able to help deal with the issue. Thank you very much for talking to us. It was Colonel Mamiki Moeketsi, just in a public awareness bid to raise a red flag around the rise in incidents of rapes in the province, sharing the context in which these are happening and urging the community to take some of their own measures in terms of keeping themselves safe. We'll keep